Have you ever worked with somebody that just seems unstoppable? No matter what happened, they just kind of kept pushing forward towards their goal. And you watched and you wondered, how do they do it? How are they so driven, so relentless in their determination? Well, today I want to discuss what it takes for each of us to be relentless and become unstoppable. So a while back, I interviewed Tim Grover for a feature in Success Magazine. And Tim is an elite performance trainer who trained Hall of Famers and world champions like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, and hundreds of others. Tim told me a story about Michael Jordan. Here's how it went. Michael had won his fourth of what would become 6 NBA championships. And this was the first championship after losing his beloved father, who was always there by his side. The championship was won on Father's Day, if you could believe that. I'm sure you can remember the image of Michael pressing his head to the golden trophy and crying, "This is for you, Daddy." Well, on the way from the floor to the locker room, he passed by Tim. He pointed to Tim and he said, "I'll see you in the gym tomorrow." Jordan was mentally already thinking, okay, that's done. What's next? After spending time with Tim and reading his book, Relentless, which I recommend, by the way, I had a few epiphanies of my own. You see, I've been perpetually dissatisfied all my life, always pushing for more, never satisfied. Nothing is ever enough or good enough. Even when I claimed the prize and I'm literally walking off the field, the court, or the stage with trophy in hand, I immediately ask, okay, that's done. What's next? I always thought that meant that there was something wrong with me, that I was never in the present, that I never stopped to smell the roses, that I never basked in the joy of victory, that I was too obsessed with what's next versus what I already had, or even maybe ungrateful. I was criticized for this by family and even some friends. Hearing so many people condemn me for it, I started to believe it myself. Well, hell, maybe there is something wrong with me. Maybe I do have an inadequacy issue, that I always have to be proving something. I have to fill some sort of a hole or overcome some sense of lack of self-worth. I did a lot of introspection on those questions. I could never make sense of my motivation emanating from any of those sources as others claimed. It never felt right, no matter the criticisms from others. So after getting this firsthand account from Tim about how these champions operated, was kind of like when I first read Ayn Rand's The Fountainhead, and then subsequently her book Atlas Shrugged. The reason why those are my favorite books, literally number 1 and number 2, is because it was the first time that I discovered, wow, you mean that there are other people who think and act and feel just like I do? Then maybe, just maybe, I'm not crazy after all. Maybe everybody else is. Well, maybe just everybody else doesn't understand. Here are the few things that I related with the most. Just in case you might think or feel this way too, you can also affirm, oh wow, okay, maybe I'm not a nut job after all. Here's number 1. I'm always pushing for more, for better, for higher. No matter how high or how good I have reached, better is always the pursuit. Number 2, once I reach the goal, I don't linger there for very long to celebrate. The celebration isn't that fun, actually. It's the pursuit, the journey, the stretching, and the challenge is where all the juice is. The actual victory is only confirmation that you made it. And it's great and all, but then once you've quote-unquote arrived, the fun is over. In order to get the fun going again, you immediately think, okay, what's next? And number 3, well, you know, that is such an important distinction here in number 3 that we should spend a full Darren Daily session on it. So I'll leave you with that little cliffhanger, and I'll give you number 3 tomorrow. For today, I just want you to consider this question. What is the one thing people have always criticized about you that after hearing this story makes you think, maybe I'm not so crazy after all? I'd love to hear it. Know that you are in safe and great company right here at Darren Daily. Everyone here is also a crazy-driven, hardworking achiever, relentlessly pursuing to become better every day, just like you. So share your craziness with us. It's very likely it won't seem so crazy after all, at least to us.